For today's cup of coffee, we have some amazing clouds right now and wanted to share those with you.
Yes.
And we really do live in such a beautiful area. And I think that's the reason we spend so much time on the porch. That and we don't smoke in the house.
Yeah, that goes along with it.
I've already had to threaten kid before we even started. But that's
She didn't
becoming,
threaten
that
me.
is becoming, no, I promised him. It's becoming an everyday thing. And it's like, I had several projects. I thought, okay, I'll talk about this. And it was just this intense, like 14, 15 pages of research. And then I thought,
stupid.
okay, that's a little beyond me today at this point in the day. So I went on to something else, and it was similar, and I'm like, oh, to hell with this. So let's do something simple. And I actually had a tab open for quite a few days, and I thought, well, we'll discuss this. And after I printed the article out and got to highlighting it and reading it, and it's like, it mentioned the creature once, and then
only once.
And then went on to other things. And I'm like, this is not an article.
No.
This is not an article about this creature.
Period.
So then I had to go back in the house. And I really am learning to appreciate Wikipedia more. Day by day.
Wikipedia has some good stuff on it. It really does.
Except for the last part, which, yeah, you'll have to stay tuned for the last part.
Yeah, and you don't want to give away the spoil. You don't want to give the end of the book.
No,
before.
not on this. Well, it's not the book. It's like, and this was one that
you eat. Ooh,
Carol Rose.
Ooh, figure of speech.
Carol Rose did not mention this in her encyclopedia of the fairies and gnomes and leprechauns and that encyclopedia.
Dramatica.
Yeah, she actually did not have this one, and I was a little bit surprised. So anyhow, we're going to be talking about a Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie. Pukwudgie.
Don't, if you've been drinking, don't even try to pronounce that.
Pukwudgie.
Yeah, bad things will happen. And according to Wikipedia, a Pukwudgie is as translated by Henry Schoolcraft, is a little man of the woods that vanishes. That could be lots of people around here.
Yeah. Missing persons case.
And it says it's a human-like creature found in Delaware and as Wampanoag folklore. Sometimes said to be 2 to 3 feet tall. And I was looking to see because that other one was from Massachusetts.
Wampanoag.
What?
Wampanoag.
I said it correctly.
What the hell is a Wampanoag?
It was a Native American tribe.
Okay.
So now you'll get the peoples after you.
I didn't know what it was. That's why I asked.
Anyhow, according to legend, Pukwudgies.
Ooh, I'm about to kick your ass.
You try.
I will.
You may be witness to a bludgeoning. Anyhow, according to legend, the Pukwudgies can appear and disappear at will, lure people to their deaths, use magic, launch poison arrows, and create fire. And the Native Americans believed that Pukwudgies were once friendly to humans, but then turned against them, and I know why, and are best left alone. According to lore, a person who annoyed a Pukwudgie would be subject to nasty tricks by it, or subject to being followed by the Pukwudgie, who would cause trouble for them. They are known to kidnap people, push them off cliffs, attack their victims with short knives and spears, and use sand to blind their victims. So they're rather vicious little things.
It sounds like it. We love that.
Pukwudgies are said to be the enemies of cultural heroes Moshop and Granny Squannet. Now, I'm not familiar with Granny Squannet. I'll have to, that's another rabbit hole. This is what happens. Pukwudgie are mentioned in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's epic poem, The Song of Hiawatha. And after reading Schoolcraft's stories of the Ojibwe folklore, he referred to them in the chapter that is the death of Quasend.
I have no idea what you were speaking.
Well, and this is part of the poem, and it begins with, "Far and wide among the nations spread the name and fame of Quonset. No man dared to strive with Quonset. No man could compete with Quonset. But the mischievous Pukwudgies, the envious little people, they be fairies, the fairies and the pygmies, plotted and conspired against him." So apparently they had it in for the Quonset.
Apparently.
And Pukwudgies have been identified by J.K. Rowling as magical creatures in the Harry Potter universe. And that's probably where I'm like, I've heard of these before, so I'm sure that's where it came from. In a description by Pottermore, Rowling describes the creature as follows. Pukwudgie is also native to America, a short, gray-faced, large-eared creature distantly related to the European goblin. Fiercely independent, tricky, and not over fond of humankind, whether magical or mundane, it possesses its own powerful magic. Pukwudgies hunt with deadly, poisonous arrows and enjoy playing tricks on humans. And Rowling, regardless of what you think about her, brilliant writer.
She is a really truly good writer.
And the Pukwudgie, now this was the part that got me. I don't know who added this.
Oh, Lord. I'm worried.
But it's like, Pukwudgie is a symbol and a name of one of the houses of the, one of the schools of witchcraft and wizardry that is said to represent the heart of the wizard and favor the healers. And Rowling's use of the Pukwudgie and other indigenous lore was criticized for cultural appropriation and colonialism.
Oh my God.
Of course it was. Because as a very famous individual recently said, everything woke turns to shit. So, it's like, why bring that into this amazing mythology of this creature? Why can't people just enjoy something?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, a Pukwudgie, and there actually were incidents and sightings of Pukwudgies. I didn't go into all those. I will give you the the links that I've got from Wikipedia, which also has references that they use. That's one of the reasons I do appreciate them, because somebody else other than me is taking the time to do the research and share this with others. And so you can look up some of the incidences of the Pukwudgies. And so there's things out in the woods. Some of them are big, some of them are small, some of them are just weirder than others.
Yeah.
And in the other, I will go back to this since I did pick up my clipboard that I threw.
She just full on like
it just is aggravating. And it's from a website called Spooky South Coast. And at the very first of the article, they had said that the article was actually first published in 2005 on Massachusetts Paranormal Crossroads. Since then, it has been used as a source of material and background information on the Pukwudgie. That site has since been taken down, and so they saw the need to repost it with Spooky South Coast so that it didn't get lost. But if the rest of this if it was taken verbatim, there was nothing to tell on this other than the fact that in the southeastern corner of Massachusetts, there is Bristol County, and it's an area known locally as the most haunted place in New England. Okay, if it's known locally, does that mean the rest of New England does not recognize it as being the most haunted?
Don't know. That's a good question. I would like to visit one of the most haunted places.
Well, that would be called the hospital next, near us that housed people who had mental health issues. Some of those
abandoned?
No. Well, some of the buildings are abandoned. And I worked in one of the buildings there for a while, and some of those things are very, very eerie. The fact that there were tunnels that ran under the buildings. That's where the huge...
That's where they carried the corpses so other people
well,
wouldn't see
that,
them.
but also as far as where the residents could get between, buildings without having to go out into the weather and stuff.
But it was also to transport corpses
yes,
to
that is so.
and such to,
yes.
keep...
From upsetting other people.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a long-term stay facility. I mean, they had shorter stay, buildings and stuff like that, but it was a state asylum, which has since
Interesting.
been...
Asylums always fascinated me.
Well, they can be. They are a place to deal with people who have severe issues in a humane way, as opposed to today where they're incarcerated and are treated very inhumanely. I was talking with a public defender about that just today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, but that's where the 2 to 3 inch cockroaches would climb up from.
Ew.
That was disturbing.
Ew.
And then you had small kids screaming.
Ew. We love that.
Yeah, really. But anyhow, it says that this area has been rumored to be haunted, have haunted schools, ghostly armies, unexplained suicides, and murders.
Ooh.
I mean, what, you go to this town and you just randomly kill somebody?
I guess so.
Let's don't go there.
Oh, no, I'm fine with that.
And it says that the forested areas of Bristol County are known to contain unexplained animals from Bigfoot and Thunderbirds to large snakes and odd bear-like creatures and monsters.
Big feet.
I'm not familiar with the bear cryptids.
I'm not either.
Have to look those up. And anyhow,
cryptids.
this is what it says. Of all the unknown horrors that live in Bristol County, the most feared is a demon only 2 foot high, and it says
only 2 foot high. You could punt that fucker.
It says, and if the history of the area represents the history of our American society, these Pukwudgies are the gatekeepers of our darker side. A little melodrama, please.
Punt the fuckers.
You really. So,
like Chucky.
Anyhow,
you just run up on him and kick him.
And it does say that these demons are still seen by people today. Okay. And then it went on into like gremlins and dwarves and trolls and nothing more about the Pukwudgies. So I will again include that link, and you can read it and be frustrated also.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I hope that is not
So basically there's not much information about the Pukwudgies
that I could find quickly after.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to talk about remote viewing today, but that was, like I said, and that had to be left for another day, because anytime you're talking about something involving government, my God, even trying to research it, there's red tape.
Yeah.
So I went from there to something else, I don't even remember right now, that we will feature on a different cup. And then I wonder why the printer's having issues. But I do have a notebook, so I'm keeping these things as I print them out. It's not like I print them out and then just throw them away. No, why would I do that?
She keeps every single piece of articles that she prints off.
Hey, the people that have sent me their personal encounters and stories and stuff.
You printed those off too?
I printed those off. I have those for another. I actually have them in a manila folder right now, but I'm waiting to put them into a notebook.
Are those stories that you've already told? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Because people that were kind enough to share these things with me, I value those.
Oh, absolutely. They don't get lost within the rubble of email.
Right. So, Pukwudgies. Drop kick them.
Punt the motherfuckers.
Unless they've got... I mean, if it's 2 to 3 foot tall, how long could the spears be?
They
They
be
can
little
be.
daggers.
You know, it's like in
Little tiny
Willow,
things.
the brownies. You know,
Those ain't spears. Those are needles.
well, that was, you know, it apparently hurt, but that's what the
Well,
Pukwudgie
needles hurt
reminded me
too.
of. If you haven't seen the movie Willow in a while, go back and watch it. It's
Willow!
amazing.
Where's the baby?
Yeah,
It's my old disappearing pig trick.
but I did like the brownies, the bounties, the brownies.
I like the brownies.
Especially when the one fell in the beer.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Beer!
So anyhow, if you all have had paranormal and supernatural adventures, encounters, if you've had UFO or alien sightings, cryptids, Bigfoot, Pukwudgies, anything else like that you would like to share, local and regional and family lore, myths, other people's sightings,
Yeah.
send us an email to cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And, yeah, we'll definitely treat your stories with respect. You too could be in our little folders.
Yeah. And
So-
everybody's welcome.
Everybody is welcome.
Safe space.
Yeah. And if you're an actual troll, you're welcome too.
Yeah.
So,
Safe space for everyone. Safe space. I need my safe space.
I think everybody needs a safe space right now.
Yeah.
And
My
planetary
safe space is locked up right
planetary alignments. Well, you may get your wish. Planetary alignments for the next week's supposed to be intense, folks. So expect the unexpected. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't get drawn into panic. Think. Do not get into your emotions. Think.
now. I just want to curl up in bed. I'm freezing.
Are you freezing?
I am freezing.
Yeah, we got temperatures that's supposed to get down into the 50s tonight. So that's some good sleeping weather right there. It's autumn.
I'm cold.
Anyhow, you all have
I got icicles hanging off my ass.
you all have a
Already.
beautiful, blessed day. Bye.
The damn Pukwudgies got icicles on their asses too.